How we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? And as of today, the gameplay that you guys see in the background, I finally, after like a month of the game being out, I finally figured out my settings. It took me a very, very long time to figure them out, but I finally figured them out. And I'm going to tell you guys what I have on. I wouldn't recommend you guys to follow it because I play on a super, super high sensitivity and I have a really, really low ADS. And I don't have my aim down sight as instant, I have it as gradual. And yeah, but I'm gonna tell you guys the stuff that I have, and just look at that gameplay in the background. I was trying my absolute balls off in the gameplay in the background. Like, these kids are nerds. If you're not playing like it's a life or death situation every single gunfight, it's you're gonna be at a disadvantage. Like, look at the gameplay in the background. Like, I'm literally trying my ass off. I think I dropped like 60 kills, which is not a lot compared to the guy on the other team. And they're dropping like 80 something. Like, those kids are nerds. But so far, guys, I don't even want to complain about the game. Like, I just wanted to say that I've seen a lot of comments of everybody just saying, oh, just get better. And realistically, yes, you do have to get better at this game. You have to figure out your settings. You have to figure out everything perfect down to the dot. Everything so precise in order for you to win gunfights and win everything. So I'm going to start off with my sensitivity. My horizontal is at a 17 and my vertical is going to be at a 13. That's why I don't recommend you guys to follow any of them because it's super, super high. And that's the only way that I can move as smooth as possible. And on my dead zones, I have it at like 0. Both of my dead zones are 0s and my triggers are 0. That's the best way that I can move as smooth as possible. I don't recommend it for a lot of people, but that's just what I have. And as you guys look at the gameplay in the background, I'm literally trying my ass off. Like, I'm playing like a complete nerd just in order for me to be able to get kills and get the other kids. And I'm doing absolutely everything you can possibly think of. So in this video, I don't really want to go too in depth in my settings. I mainly want to talk about I finally got to my settings and how I was able to get to my specific settings. Because everybody plays differently. And I just kind of want to help you guys to get to your perfect settings, not to my settings and to every other YouTuber settings, because everybody plays a little bit different. So I'm not going to tell you my settings. I just gave you a small review of what I have. I'm just going to teach you guys how to get your settings to perfection. Okay, so the first thing that I did, you can either try this out in zombies or you can try it out in just regular multiplayer. The first thing that I did is I just grabbed a sniper. I started using a sniper, and then as my secondary, I had a pistol. You can use any pistol. I recommend semi-automatic just so you're more perfected and focused on your aim. Okay, and then when you have the class ready, just go and do about 4 to 5 online games and just start sniping. Start moving around, start using as much omni movement as possible, start diving. And the more accurate you are, the closer you are to getting your settings. So just start going out there with the sniper and with the pistol and just start rushing. And if you aim down sight and the sniper feels a little too slow with the ADS, that means you're going to have to lower your ADS just a little bit more. And then also start switching over to your pistol and make sure you're hitting every single shot with your semi-automatic pistol. The more accurate you are with your pistol and with your sniper, just see what you're missing from the pistol and from the sniper. And the more accurate you are with the sniper and with the pistol, start changing it around. Go to your how you aim down sight, the aim down sight settings, and then go from instant to gradual to assisted. Mess around with those settings and see what feels the best for you. For me, like I said, I have gradual because I have a really high sensitivity and a really low ADS. So that's how I do it. I have it on gradual and mine feels very, 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 very good. Also, if you do play on controller, I know a lot of people say 107 FOB, 110, 120. I heard for the 120 FOB, yes, the aim assist is a little bit weird. So I'm playing at a 110 FOB at the moment, which has worked the best for me so far, and it makes me the most accurate. And the aim assist kind of kicks in because as of recently, like last week, I was literally last place every single game, and I wasn't doing good at all. So I was like, there's got to be something wrong with the settings. The game felt sluggish. The game felt weird. So that's why I did with the dead zones. I put them at 0, and for the dead zone range, I have them try anywhere from 70 to 80. I have mine at 78 for the dead zone range. Try somewhere around there. Just dead zone at 0 for me just feels the smoothest, but you guys play around with it. Go anywhere from 5 to 0. Play with the dead zones, and from the range, go anywhere from 75 to 85. Play around with the range, and then for the paddles, you definitely leave that at 0. The last 2 settings at the bottom. For the paddles, just leave it at 0. As well, when you're quick scoping, make sure that when you aim down sight, it feels fast enough. Make sure you can kind of flick right on the player. Make sure as soon as you switch to your pistol, you can flick on perfectly on the player. Like it almost feels like it locks in. If it feels a little too fast, then just lower your ADS. If it feels a little too fast, put up your ADS. Now for the actual sensitivity, when you're moving right and left with the sniper, if it takes you a little too long to aim down to someone, then you probably need to put up your horizontal sensitivity, which goes from right to left. One thing that I do actually recommend the most is your horizontal sensitivity. Always keep it a little bit higher. So that's why I have my horizontal at 17 and I have my vertical at 13, so I'm more accurate when I go up on the headshots. But like I said, those are way too high. I like playing like I'm on PC on a controller, so that's just my style of playing. It feels nice. It feels smoother. I feel like I can do more. I feel more free. But not everybody can be as accurate unless you put a really high sensitivity and then you really lower your ADS like I have it. I have my ADS everything from anywhere from 25 to 30 or 0.25 to 0.30. So now, so far, if you've been practicing with the sniper and with the pistol and you've been doing it for about 30 minutes to an hour and you're hitting anywhere from 60 to 90% of your shots and you're as accurate as possible and your movement feels smooth and nothing feels sluggish when you move right and left, everything feels perfect, you're accurate, you're locking onto your target with the sniper, with your pistol, everything is perfect as it seems. Just mess around with your settings, go back and forth between your ADS and your sensitivity. If you're moving right and left without aiming down sight and it feels a little sluggish, like I said, just put up your sensitivity. This is pretty self-explanatory, but that's just for me how I figure out my settings. And as of recently, I've been nothing but top 3 every single game. I actually earlier today I won 6 games in a row. I don't know, maybe you guys do it all the time, but for me that's very impressive how tuned up the SBMM is, especially if you guys see this game in the background. I was trying. I wasn't trying to have no casual experience. I was trying my ass off and I wanted to win. We ended up losing, but ladies and gentlemen, for me, that's how I was able to figure out my settings. Use the pistol and the sniper for about an hour, practice, mess around with your settings, and as soon as it feels perfect with the pistol and with the sniper, switch to any other gun and you should be as accurate as possible. One thing that I do recommend, every single ADS, there's like 7 different settings for the ADS. It's like there's the 0.6 magnifier, 0.5, 0.4. I leave everything the same. I like leaving everything the same. If you guys want to change it a little bit and it feels better, go for it, but that's just how I was able to achieve the perfect sensitivity, the perfect movement, the perfect omni movement. That's how I figured everything out for me to be the best of the best and how I'm able to be top 3 most games as of now. Because a few weeks ago, I was just completely garbage and I was just last place every game and I just kept raging. But this is just the only way that I was able to get it. I mean, it took me almost a month. I just knew deep down inside I wasn't that bad. I knew there was something that was off and I just kept complaining and I knew something was off. But like realistically, like if you're just a regular player and you just want to play casual, just go how it is. Don't even stress too much about the settings. But if you're a nerd like me and you want to be the best and your lobbies are tuned up to the absolute max and the SBMM is tuned up to the max and you're a legit player and you don't 2-box and you don't use anything, no VPNs, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you, especially if you're a little bit higher skill player. So for me, that's what has worked, and that's how I'm able to compete. So as soon as you become perfect aim with the sniper and the semi-automatic pistol as a secondary, and you become perfect with that and most of your shots hit, you go back to a regular weapon, and your settings should be perfect. That's how it worked for me. Not saying it's going to work for you. I don't want to go too much more in depth, but that's exactly what I did for about an hour, and I got my settings perfect, and that's how I was able to get that gameplay in the background, and I've been able to drop, 50, 60, 70 kills as of the last couple of days since I figured out my settings. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, have a good one, and please like, subscribe, and help me get to 500 subscribers. If you guys want to really see my settings and see everything how I exactly have them, I can make another video on it. I'm just giving you an explanation of how to achieve the perfect settings on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this works for you guys. It worked for me. I'm not saying it's going to 100% work for you guys, but it did the job for me, and now I feel as good as I could possibly can on the game of BO6. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Take care, like, and subscribe.